You thought Lewis Hamilton was furious. You thought he'd storm into the FIA hearing and demand justice. You thought this was going to explode into another chapter of the Hamilton versus Verstappen war. But what if Lewis didn't even show up? What if he chose silence? And here's the wild part. That silence may have spoken louder than any protest. Because after the Hungarian GP, Max Verstappen was investigated for forcing Hamilton off track at turn 4, but no penalty came, no drama. Just one question left behind. Why did Lewis walk away? Let's break it down. Lap 29th, turn 4. Verstappen sends a bold move up the inside. Hamilton sees it, maybe a fraction late, and takes to the runoff. No contact, no damage. But technically, the rules say, if your front axle isn't alongside the car's mirror, you don't have rights to the corner. Max didn't have that position, by the book. Hamilton could have argued Max forced him off. Instead, he waived his right to attend the steward's hearing. Ferrari confirmed there was no contact, and the FIA closed the case. Verstappen finished 9th, Hamilton 12th. Both outside the headlines, until now. But this incident, this non-incident, opens up a much bigger discussion, because this isn't just about turn 4, it's about Hamilton's current mindset. 6 months ago, he was energized, rejuvenated in red. Now, 2 weekends in a row without Q3, 2 weekends where he's been outscored by teammates, 1 weekend where he called himself absolutely useless. And then, a dive bomb from Verstappen that sends him off track, and he doesn't say a word. That's not just maturity, that's a man drifting. Maybe that's the real story here. Hamilton didn't stay quiet because it wasn't serious. He stayed quiet because maybe it didn't matter anymore. He's battling more than Verstappen. He's battling himself, his form, his frustration, his place in this sport. He could have made this a headline. Instead, he stepped away. Is that the confidence of a veteran or the weariness of a legend carrying too much weight? But this is why fans still believe. Because if there's one thing Lewis Hamilton knows how to do, it's rise from silence. He did it after 2011, after Rosberg, after Abu Dhabi 2021. He turns pain into purpose, absence into action, and doubt into dominance. What if this moment, this quiet retreat from the stewards, wasn't surrender? What if it was the calm before a legendary second-half storm? But let's be real, the car's not there, the mindset's fragile, and the grid, more competitive than ever. If Hamilton doesn't turn it around fast, if Ferrari doesn't fix the SF25's inconsistencies, if the summer break doesn't reignite his fire, we might be watching the last embers of something historic. So here's the question no one wants to ask. Did Hamilton walk away from the stewards because he's tired of fighting, or because he's choosing his next battle more carefully? You thought Lewis Hamilton was just having a rough weekend, a bad quali, a tough race. That's it. But what if the real story is that Lewis doesn't know if he's coming back? Because after Hungary, he didn't just say he was frustrated. He said something that shook the paddock. Hopefully I will be back. What does that even mean? Now, before we spiral, let's make something clear. Hamilton hasn't quit, but that cryptic line, it cracked open a window into his mindset. And here's the twist. His boss, Fred Vasseur, isn't panicking, because what looks like despair might actually be the fire behind a bigger comeback. Let's go back to Hungary, qualifying. Hamilton out in position 12, just 0.016 seconds from Q3. Meanwhile, Leclerc, P1, first Ferrari pole of the season. Brutal contrast. Hamilton's reaction? I'm useless. Absolutely useless. They probably need to change driver. He didn't stop there. After the race, asked if he'd return after the summer break. Hopefully I will be back. No smile, no wink, no jokes. Just raw, painful honesty. Then comes the race itself. Starting on hards, Lewis loses positions on lap 1. Trapped in a DRS train, finishes P12, no points, while Leclerc, P4, another podium sniff, another champagne missed. That's now 42 points behind Charles. 0 podiums, a storm of doubt. But this isn't just one race. This is the pattern of the first half of 2025. Hamilton's first season in red, and it's turning into his hardest since 2009. No podiums, no wins, just radio silence. And now a cryptic sentence that fans can't ignore. And if Hamilton doesn't rebound soon, Ferrari risks turning the most hyped signing in years into a PR disaster. Because here's the truth. This isn't just about the SF25. It's about identity. Lewis Hamilton didn't come to Ferrari to be a passenger. He came to make history. And right now, he feels like he's failing. Failing the team, failing himself. And when a driver like Hamilton, the most successful in F1 history, starts asking if he should even be in the car, that's not performance. That's a crisis. But legends are built on these moments. Go back to 2011, or the heartbreak of 2016, or the robbery of 2021. Hamilton's legacy isn't just about trophies, it's about resilience, reinvention, refusal to stay down. So maybe this isn't the end. Maybe this is exactly where the story gets good. Because if he does come back, if he does flip this nightmare into a comeback, it'll be greater than any title. Still, we have to face reality. He's 40. The car is inconsistent. His teammate is flying. And even Fred Vasseur admits, yes, Lewis is frustrated. Yes, he's demanding. But no, he's not demotivated. He's hurting, but he's still fighting. So here's the question. For every real Hamilton fan, is this just the lowest point before the rise? Or is Lewis Hamilton actually thinking of walking away? You thought Lewis Hamilton had signed for the long haul, that Ferrari was his final masterpiece, that he was building a legacy in red. But what if this journey might not last as long as we thought? Because Damon Hill just asked the question nobody wants to face. Does Lewis even have another year in him? And when a world champion says that, people start to listen. Now, this doesn't mean Hamilton's quitting. He's still under contract until 2027. He's still showing up, still fighting. But the emotional signals, they're getting louder. And when the words, "I'm useless," are followed by, "Hopefully I'll be back," you don't need a press release to feel something's off. Let's break it down. Hungarian GP qualifying P12, just 0.016 seconds away from Q3, while Charles Leclerc, pole position. Race day, started on hard tires, lost 2 places on lap 1, stuck in DRS trains, finished P12, no points, again. Post-race, it's just me every time. I'm useless. They probably need to change driver. And when asked about coming back after the break, "Hopefully I'll be back, yeah." Now compare that to earlier this year in Montreal. Hamilton was full of fire. "I literally just started with Ferrari. I'm here for the long haul. Please stop making up stuff." But now, he's the one dropping the bombshell quotes. And this isn't just about Hungary, it's a pattern. Charles Leclerc, already with 5 podiums this season. Hamilton, 0. Leclerc's pushing for top 3 in the championship. Hamilton, 42 points behind his teammate. This isn't just performance. This is public confidence slipping. And when legends start second-guessing themselves, it shakes the entire sport. So what's really going on inside Hamilton? We're seeing a war between who he is and how he feels. A hedotic world champion with 103 wins, a legacy no one can touch. But right now, he's questioning if he belongs in that car, and Damon Hill picked up on it. Sad to see Sir Lewis so downhearted. It gets harder. Maybe a good holiday is needed. This isn't just about Hungary. This is about Hamilton's identity. But this is exactly why we admire him. Hamilton doesn't hide. He doesn't pretend. When he's on top, he celebrates. When he's struggling, he shows it. That vulnerability, that brutal honesty, that's part of the legend, because legacy isn't built on victories alone. It's built on how you face defeat, on how you rebuild. And if Hamilton does rise from this, it will be one of the most emotional chapters in F1 history. But let's be real, he's 40. He's adapting to a brand new car, a brand new team, with a teammate who's in peak form. And even though Vasseur insists Lewis is just frustrated, not demotivated, there is a limit to frustration. How long can he keep saying, next race? How many more missed podiums before the doubt wins? So now we ask the question, is this just another low before the greatest comeback of his career? Or are we witnessing the beginning of Lewis Hamilton's final season in Formula One?